All right, welcome to Transforming Lives. I'm your host, Tony Kimball, and I'm excited that you decided to join us. Tonight, I'm excited about the guest that I have on tonight. He's definitely no stranger to me, and for all the viewers out there, I know that he's not a stranger. Shout out to the class of, hold up, I messed that one up, class of 98. 98, I think it is. If not, I know y'all are going to badger me about it. I'll come back on and correct it. Belton is a native of Coffeyville, Mississippi, and he has made his home in Regina, Saskatchewan. His professional football career spans over 10 years, 3 years in the NFL with the Cincinnati Bengals, 7 in the CFL, including 4 years with the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and a Grey Cup winner in 2007. I want to make sure I point that out. He also played 2 years with the Hamilton Tiger Cats, 1 year with the Edmonton Eskimos. Belton's younger brother, Marcus Johnson, class of 2000, shout out, was his teammate and played alongside him at Ole Miss for 2 years. Go Rebels, right? Belton's mother, Glenda Smith, is a hardworking single mom who raised two young men who graduated from the University of Mississippi and went on to successfully play football in the NFL. Belton and his beautiful wife, Robin, who is from Regina and works at Scats Health Authorities, I messed it up badly, have 4 children, Tyler, Maxis, Alma, Thelma. Belton is a self-proclaimed foodie, right? Check him out on Instagram. Check him out on Twitter, definitely on Facebook. He's a cooking junkie. He enjoys traveling, watching movies, and going to church, playing video games, hanging out with his friends. Guys, I'm excited to bring my next guest on. A little background about him. You heard about it, but I'm going to tell you something about him. I've known this gentleman all of my life, and my first introduction to him was this. I was in kindergarten, right? And I saw some gentlemen that came in, and we were like, who are they? And from that point on, guys, I want to say this. I was able to play football with him and his brother. One thing that I can say about Belton, he has been true to who he is, right? He hasn't changed over the years. We had the opportunity to first go to an Ole Miss camp several years ago. I think it was 97, 98. Shout out to Dexter Spencer. It was way back. I don't think I had a clue either. We went, and the thing I love about it is this gentleman has had an impact on those who he has come in contact with, guys. Without any further ado, I'm bringing on my next guest, Belton Johnson.
Hey,
what's
how's it
happening,
going?
man? Welcome to Transforming Lives.
Thank you very much, Tony. That was a great introduction. What I was going to say, you said Regina, it's pronounced Regina. I forgot all about me, you, and Dexter going to Ole Miss to that football camp because that's what opened the door, right?
Yeah.
For football and everything, big time.
Oh, most definitely, man. I just remember going up there, brother, and exactly to your point of saying that opened up the door, brother. When I think of hard work, right? Your picture should be somewhere around there, maybe above it or below it, but it should be somewhere around it. I'm excited tonight, man, just to have that conversation with you tonight. When I started this podcast, it was about just connecting with genuine people with real lives, and this season, I said, you know what? I got to get connected to Belton. I got to get connected. And we're here right now. So cool. All right. So I'm going to jump right into this. I spoke a little bit about your childhood, sir. I didn't tell all the good stuff, right? I just jumped over some stuff. Since this is a public forum, I'll let it be. If you want to say something, I'll let you say it. But tell us about your childhood and, what type of child were you?
And, I want to first apologize. I know you got a lot of listeners out there. I'm sweating because I just got off my Peloton bike. I have to I always still work out, right? That's been
Yeah.
instilled in me for a long time. So if anybody's wondering why he keeps wiping his face, it's because I'm still sweating. But let's see, you asked about my childhood, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
childhood, me and Marcus, we were born and raised in Indianola, Mississippi, there in the Delta and everything. And mom, single parent. We left Indianola. I can't even remember what age. Maybe what 5, 6, maybe 7 years old. I'm not sure exactly, but Coffeeville has always been home. That's where my mom was born, raised, and everything there. And I think you forgot to tell everybody that you and I are cousins, right? So, and so grew up in Coffeeville, born and raised there all my life. We grew up out in the country there, County Road 167, Coffeeville, and you know, just growing up, it was always again just me, my brother, and my mom, and she was a great disciplinarian, but I don't think she had to discipline us too much because we always feared her hand, right? So spare the rod, spoil the child.
Right. Right. Right.
So,
Absolutely.
and and I know mom probably listening too. So she has a big hand, man. I thought me and Marcus had big paws, right? But mom hands are big, and when they hit you, man, it hurts. So, but
Right. Right.
I think she'll tell you too. She never had any troubles out of us. And growing up in Coffeeville, there's violence everywhere, right?
Right.
Coffeeville had its share of violence and everything. And I, honest to God, think I always thank God that we grew up out in the country out there, right? Because
Right. Right. Right.
what
Yeah.
it did was isolate us and
Yeah.
everything, right? We didn't grow up in town and everything. And by us growing up again out there in the country, we didn't have access to vehicles or anything, right? So, if we did want to go to town, what are you talking about? A 7, 8 mile walk? No, thank you. So, so just growing up out there, and that just I think we always been humble. Thankful for everything. Mom, she owned a restaurant there in town, up on the hill there. So we met a lot of people, right? Just in the restaurant business and everything. And mom, her thing, she's always been an entrepreneur, no matter what. She worked at the paper mill there in Grenada, but she's always been an entrepreneur by trade and everything. And I think all that kind of rubbed off on myself and Marcus. Just us seeing her. I don't want to say mom struggled, but she was a single parent, right? Like
Right.
raising two kids, and I'm gonna tell you, the food bill, it wasn't cheap, right? Like me and Mark, me and Marcus, I kid you not, I bet we drank probably 2 gallons of milk a week easily, like between
Wow.
with us too, right? Just
Yeah. Just
as
two of you.
we would go through it, and I do remember mom sometimes. Why y'all eating all the meat and like Marvin, and she used to get on us all the time. Trying to as a parent would, right? You don't how can I say it? You want your kids healthy and everything,
Right.
right? And
Right.
and
Yeah.
Mississippi, we eating fried catfish, fried chicken. Give me the good stuff, right? And
Right.
and mom, she she tried her best, right? So, but your DNA, me and Marcus both, I think we're what 6'7", 300 some odd pounds and everything. You know, the DNA just takes over at some point, right? So,
Yeah.
but again, you know, we were just simple people, right? Mom, we went to church, what, probably every other Sunday. Always been close to family and everything. And, I think we're still the same people this day, right? Like, I enjoy going back home when I can. And it's hard always to see people, right? Because my
Yeah.
main focus when I get home is visit with my mom and my oldest son Tyler and everything, right? That's when I come home, that's what I want to do. And but family, they know when we're home, yep, come on over, like but that's my main focus is visiting my mom and everything, and Tyler, my oldest, when I get home. But again, a child growing up, we were very simple. We ate a lot, and I don't think we weren't bad kids at all. So
No, yeah, no, by no means. Uh, Miss Mary Roberson says, "Hello, cousins. Hello, how you
hey,
doing?"
hey, how's it going, Miss Robinson?
Yeah, so I can vouch for him. All right, he didn't get any trouble. So they used to call me Mr. Serious, but I tell you what, this gentleman is sitting over here to my left of this screen was a serious, focused, vocal person.
Yeah,
That later you find out that leadership quality is definitely important. And I want to pause here and definitely give a shout out to Miss Glenda because I didn't play with Miss Glenda at all. I want that to be noted as well. I spoke to her when I was at the worked at
oh
grocery.
yeah.
I didn't play with her at all, so that will be noted. I agree. Uh, when I look at we're country boys, right? We're
Oh yeah.
country, Coffeeville,
I'm,
Oakland,
I'm I'm proud of it, man. Proud
right?
of it.
Yeah, yeah. So I spoke about leadership, and this could go several different ways. Um, who has been the most important person in your life, and tell us about it.
The you know It'd be two people. It ain't even close, right? Mom would always be number one. Just me and Mark. Well, mom worked 12-hour shifts, right? So us seeing her work hard, and at that paper mill, she went through some discrimination stuff out there at the paper mill out there in Grenada. And you know what? I remember when they used to have picnics or barbecues out there, and we went every year until they stopped having them. And she, we would go through that plant, right? It was hot up in there, man. And at a young age, she like, you boys, y'all don't want to work here. I don't want you ever doing this type of work ever in your life, right? Like, and just, and I'm sorry if I get emotional, but that's how I feel about my mom, right? And
Right.
she just this. I don't want to. We didn't struggle, right? But just to see her work her butt off like that, just to bring home the bacon, you know what I mean, and
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
raise us from the ground up. And we both went to college. We got our degrees. She's number one, man. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tony.
It's all good, baby.
And
Hey,
I just,
it's what makes it real, brother. Hey,
it is.
it's
That's mom, man, right? You know
right.
what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm clear,
She's
man.
always number one, and it would be Marcus number two, right? Like we get along, man. You know, it's family, right?
Right.
It's always been us, me,
Yeah.
him, and mom, man. I know he was watching me growing up, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm the oldest, and
Right.
you're the oldest, Tony. The oldest sets the tone. The oldest, we're
Right.
the ones that get in trouble first, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's all the baby. They don't get in trouble. They get away with a lot of stuff.
Everything. Everything. Right. I
So
agree.
so especially when I got older, I knew he was looking at me, right? Because there was one point, Marcus, he struggled. You might remember. I think he was what, grade 5 or 6, where he failed in math.
Right.
And
Yeah.
when he failed math, and mom punished him. You're not, because we like I said, we grew up in Indianola, right? We were born there. My grandma, that's where she's from and everything. My dad, and so we would always go down there every summer, right? Spend the summer down there. So that year Marcus had failed what was it, math.
Mhm.
Mom wasn't playing. She don't play that crap. And she you're not going. You're not going nowhere this summer. Your brother, he's going. Me, the older, he's going. You're
Yeah.
staying here. And again, single parent, right? She got tutoring, you know what I mean? Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So she had to spend money out of her pocket to make sure that he wasn't lacking behind in school. and keep him. You know who our other, we got teachers in our family. Miss Jenkins, she was the
Oh,
principal and everything, right? Like,
she did
so,
not play, brother. She did not play. I'm scared to
so,
this day, brother.
so that's the thing, right? So she punished him by you're not going down. Your summer is going to be spent in school, and you know what? I felt like that was a turning point for Marcus because he passed, so he didn't fail his grade. He was able to stay with his class and everything. You guys, and he passed
Right,
everything,
right,
and
yeah,
then I
yeah,
think it was, but Marcus, he would how can I say it, like he was always smart, right? Like always, but he just never gave it his all. And he'll tell you this day, I think it was only when I went to college and he would come up, visit on the weekends and everything, hang out with me and my teammates at Ole Miss, who later on became his teammates, right?
yeah,
And I think he saw that, and the kid went from, I think it was what, grade 9, kind of grade 10, he was, just messing around, right? Marcus got focused. I want to say maybe end of 10th grade, for sure
right,
11th grade. He was focused, and
right.
he just saw it, right? And I knew he always looked up to me growing up and everything. So, again, you asked that question, who are the, you know, most important person or persons in my life? It's
Yeah,
not one, it's two of them. It's my brother and my mom. Because it's always been ABC, right? It's been us
right, yeah,
three.
yeah.
We're always a team. We even to this day, like we talk. Well, Marcus, he's a little bit busier with the season about to start. He's the O-line coach at the University of Missouri, but we talk weekly,
Yeah.
easily. Still do.
Yeah, I remember that point in time when we call him Big G. Well, it's Marcus, but Big G. Uh, I remember that time when it was a different focus. It was different. Like it changed totally. It was like a
It
lock in.
did.
And to hear that, what propelled him to that particular point, man, that's again leadership. Um,
And, and because I'm sorry to jump you there, Tony,
no, no,
and
no, no.
you
Go ahead,
know
man.
because again, there was even talks with mom, for sure, like she drills it in, like she go get her 2 cents in, and even when he would come up to Ole Miss to visit, right? Like I'm like, dude, like, man, we got to practice, like, because as a student athlete, and it, Tony, we're not like the regular students. To
Right,
me, the regular students, I felt like they had it made, because I remember being jealous at a bunch of them, because here I am. I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning,
good, yeah.
maybe a little bit before 5, right? Because early morning workouts, right?
Don't
So
want
you
to do
got
that.
and you know what I'm talking about. You got to get
Right,
up, you work out. Okay, now I got to go to treatment if I'm hurt. Then I got to go to class. Out the class, and a lot of the, again, regular students, I call them, they would be done with about 12, 1 or 2, some.
right, right,
Well, 12, 1 or 2, I got to go to lunch. I might have to go back to treatment. Oh, guess what? Now I got to go to practice for what,
practice.
2, 3 hours.
Right,
And that's what, now that's already what, about 10 hours in a day, right? And then, oh, I can't, I can't just go out. Oh, I got to go to study hall now.
right,
And
you're right.
you're talking, and that's later at night. That's 7, 8 o'clock at night. So,
Yeah,
but and he saw that, right? Like, because I told him, you gotta college, you better, at Ole Miss, I can't remember the GPA you had to carry, but you had to carry a certain GPA in order to be out on that field and everything. Because
yeah,
if you don't
yeah.
have that GPA, you're you're on the
Right.
bench, you're in suspended or something, right? So
Yeah,
him seeing all that stuff, and again, I know for sure his 11th grade year, that's when the switch flipped for him, because I think he was making all A's, and he knew he knew what he had to do at that point, right? So
right. It was on another level, brother. I remember
yeah.
that. As they say to this day, I remember that. uh, Quick shout out. You got your classmate right here saying she said agree at some particular point. And again, Miss Marcy, I know you know Miss Marcy. Now she was at those football games, brother. Listen, if anybody was hollering for anybody, this lady right here was hollering for all of us.
She was.
True Power Nation fan right there. So
and love you, Marcy. She knows that.
So you spoke of a lot of lessons that things you learned from your mom. I want to move to this particular point where we talk about important lessons. I want to talk about transformation.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear the word, what does transformation look like for you?
Transformation means change, right? So, just, transforming, right? And, when I hear the word transformation, to me, it means like, growing up from a boy to a man, or, for me personally, just learning from your past, and, just trying to be a better person and everything. You know, that's what transformation is. And, I even, I look at my kids and everything, and, and I always tell them how they got it made, right? Because God, I think they're just spoiled sometimes, man. Because again, you look at it in the past, right? Like we didn't have these iPads and all that crap, right? Like you go outside, play basketball on a made up goal, you dig a hole in the ground, put a post in it, and put a weight or
Right.
something up, and so it's just, for me, it's just growing from that boy to that man. And I'm gonna tell you, going from high school to college, and then college to real life.
Mhm.
Again, high school, or when you go to high school, to me, you're still a kid. You're still in that mindset, right? You go to college, you start growing up just a little bit and everything. But by the time you hit that adulthood, because life after college, man, like I remember even when I was with the Bengals, right? My first paycheck and everything. I I told mom, I said, man, all these taxes they taking out my money. Holy cow! Like so, and you know what? That's what mom said. Welcome to adulthood, baby. So, and again, to me, is again, you said transformation is is being a boy and just growing into that man. And I got gray hair, and every time somebody say something about my gray hair, I just tell them it's wisdom, baby. That's all that
Right.
is. It's straight
Yeah.
wisdom. So, and I know, I remember my mom, gray hair or something, but I'm sorry, mom, but she, what would she say? Yeah, I get gray hair. Y'all stressing me out and stuff, and that's all. and I, and again, boy to man, I found myself telling my kids that y'all stressing me out. That's why I got gray hair. But that, to me, that's what transformation, just growth and everything, right? Like, again, just that boy to that man mentality and everything. When I look back right now,
Uh,
you know, with there's things that that I know now, like, man, I wish I had did this different or that different. But you know what? That's what made me me and everything. That's what make you you and everything. So
yeah. And it's funny because if anybody that went to the NFL, I knew you were going to look at those taxes. If anybody that went to the NFL,
man,
you were going to spot that and point that out. I just know it. Like, that's not a
li-
shock to me.
listen, if you think I look at it, what you think about your cousin Marcus, my brother? So
Yeah. So it's the thing about it is that a lot of people, when we look at transformation, I like what you said. We start as a boy, and you're moving on this pathway to becoming a man.
mhm.
I know that people are listening. People are going to listen, to this on their off time as well. What are two keys to transformation? What are some keys that the listeners are, what? Help us out here, sir.
Oh man, two keys. I'm just thinking, Tony. I think it's just continuing to learn, right? Like and I'll tell you right now, when I graduated college, I told mom that once I graduate college, you'll never see me in school ever again, ever. Because don't get me wrong, I enjoy all my time at Ole Miss, and I'll tell anybody, And mom, she told us best, right? She said college will be the best years of your life. She wasn't lying, man. She never
Yeah,
does. And so I talk about continuing learning, learning about yourself and growing and everything, and also, education. Right now, I work at a government insurance, Saskatchewan government insurance, as an adjuster, and you know, I'm taking classes, insurance classes right now. Like, and I said I would never go back, and I don't know
yeah,
if it's something about our family or something about education, but here I am. I'm taking classes. I think I got this class and one more class before I get my CIP. What is it? Chartered Insurance Professional degree and everything. So just that continuing to learn, because that's how you grow too, right? You just
right, yeah,
constantly learning, never staying the same and everything. And the other thing is, don't make the same mistake twice, right? Like,
mm,
again, you talk about that boy to man, and if I could have went back, if I could have did this, well, you learn from your past, right?
yeah,
So that's what I mean by never, don't make the same mistake twice. Um, you know, Learn from it, right? Like, yeah, maybe I screwed up, you know, doing something,
mhm,
and and as part of that growth process, as you get older and everything, you mature, becoming that adult,
right,
and
yeah,
you just learn from it. Don't I mean, if the stove is hot,
right.
you
Don't
ain't
touch it
don't
again.
don't touch it again, right? So you know what I mean?
Right, right, yeah, clear.
So that's and to me that's the key to transformation. Just education. Just continue to learn and grow, and just don't make the same mistakes. You see it all the time, man. Like somebody, you did something in the past, and you do it
Can't repeat.
again, and then you do it. Like, come on, man. Like it does no good. Just learn from it and move on, right?
Yeah, yeah. And don't be. There's a movie, I won't bring it up because in case they try to take this off, be a habitual line stepper. I don't know if you know the reference to that particular show, but yeah, you don't want to do that. Man, class of '98. I'm glad I got it right. Class of '98, right?
That's right. 9-8,
Uh,
baby.
Here's Tina. Tina
Oh
saying
yes.
this.
Hottie toddy girl. She know
And
it.
we had Shanika earlier. She agreed to something at some point, but I got you out there, Shanika. All right, that's '98. All right. Still shout out to 2000, right? And let me stop playing around. I don't want to start, man, because they be on Facebook. 97. I'm 90. Oh, excuse me. Let me correct myself. That's right. She's 97.
97. I was gonna say that, but I was just gonna let you roll with it. So Shanika
I
was 1 year
corrected.
ahead of
Okay.
me.
I've been corrected. So you after college, you took on different pathways, right? You
Oh
went to professional football player. Later, now you are an adjuster.
yeah. Hmm.
So, what advice would you give a person wanting to pursue a career similar to yours?
What advice would I give somebody? And I always how can I say it? Football's in the DNA, right? Like that's to me that was father football,
Yeah,
right? Coach Cutcliffe was daddy. And so what would I say? Persevere and hard work, man. Like, you know, again, you go coming from Coffeeville, and you and Marcus, y'all had it better after I left and everything. Because when I was at Coffeeville, what we had, what basketball, we had football. That was really it, right?
Yeah.
And so when I went to Ole Miss, what I barely could bench press 135 pounds because we didn't have strength and conditioners like most high schools have now that y'all had. And I remember you and Marcus, y'all power lifted, and
Right.
you could like that was a difference, right? Like when you put that strength on the football field, because I think y'all had some pretty good years there and everything in Coffeeville. So you know what I mean by persevere and hard work, because
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
persevere, yeah, you may get knocked down, but you just keep chopping wood, like Coach Cut say, like you just keep chopping, man. Like, and how can I say it? Yeah, you might have something bad, go on in life or something, but you persevere, you just keep fighting through it, have faith, right? Like just you keep going. Like don't I feel like that's the mindset people have, like they, give up too quick or something, right? Like, and in the hard work, like, you know, at Ole Miss, that's where I learned persevere and hard work, because
Yeah.
Coffeeville, what were we, two A, if I
Two
remember
A.
right?
Yeah. 2A. Yes, sir.
And
Back in the
so,
day.
and in Miss here, we're SEC. That's pretty much semi pro. Like that- that's pro football, man. Right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and again, we talked about it earlier. Those early morning hours, right? I ain't never had to get up in my life at 5 o'clock to go work out anywhere in my life until I got to Ole Miss, right? So,
Yeah.
and they stripped that. If there was laziness, they stripped it out of me. They stripped it out of Marcus. They stripped that out of every one of us. And again, you learn from just the practices, and how Mississippi is with heat. Try practicing 100 degrees,
Mhm.
heat, humidity, and I'm talking all out, right? Full pads and just going like. And I think it was that mindset, right? Like we can't give up. I'm going against Derek Burgess in practice, who was Derek was a third round pick to the Eagles, right? Like
Right.
Kendrick Clancy, he was second round, I think, maybe even first round, I can't remember, but for the Steelers and everything. And who I got a block for? Deuce McAllison, first
Right.
round pick. Eli Manning. If
Right.
he gets hit, I'm in trouble. I'm not
Right.
letting Eli take a hit. Like, and I think our 4 years, I think we were the least sacked team in the SEC in 4 years. We only gave up like 16 sacks. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So,
Wow.
and
Wow.
I know, you know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
but that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like persevere and hard work. Like it just got, you know, I think it was there, with mom first and
Yeah.
foremost, right? Like just seeing her work hard every day, 12 hours at that paper mill, doing something that she didn't want to do, but she had to do it because she had to put food on the table and provide for us, right? So, seeing her do that, and again, she persevered, she worked hard, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that's what I feel, right? Just people got to persevere and work hard, man. Like quit complaining and get to work, and let the chips fall where they may. At the end of the day, if you put in the work, things will work out.
So I almost felt like I was in the huddle back with you in the high school, because those are some of the terms that you used back then. Suck it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are great qualities that we have to take on if you're talking about, or someone is listening, because it's over with now,
Oh yeah. Oh
right?
yeah. Oh
Someone is
yeah.
listening to pursue the career that you're going in. So, what's something I didn't ask you that that you want to share?
I'll tell you something, and I don't know it. you may know her. I don't even know if you know, but did you know my first year at Ole Miss, I got kicked off the team? Did you know that?
No, I did not.
A lot of people don't know that, but I'll tell you real quick. So what happened again? My first year at Ole Miss. I get up there, right, and out of high school. I can't even remember what time the bus came to pick us up out there at Coffeyville. Probably had bus probably ran about 7:15 in the morning.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So Belton ain't never. I told you I never in my life had to ever get up at 5 a.m. ever in my life until I got to Ole Miss. So my freshman year at Ole Miss, Coach Tuberville was the head coach, and
Right. Yeah.
what was it? First meeting we had was 5 a.m. A 5 a.m. meeting, team meeting.
Wow. Yeah.
So I missed the meeting because Belton woke up late. How many times have they heard that? Oh, I woke up late, right? The clock didn't go off. The clock did not go off.
Woo!
So the clock didn't go off. And then when I got up, I was like, well, ain't no need of even going over there because I ain't finna embarrass myself by walking in late, right?
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, my mindset at the time, again, that boy thought, right? My mindset was, well, they don't know me because how many we got like 100 some guys on the team, right? The only people that they care about are the top guys,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Here I am, little old freshman, walk on, nobody, right? So what happened was we had practice later that day, about 3, 4, I can't remember the exact time, but evening practice or whatever, maybe even about 5 or something. But we had practice and what happened? Go get my equipment and everything, and I get through practice. I'm like, see, nobody didn't even know nothing. Well, practice ended. We had conditioning, which is normal, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they call Belton Johnson, you were late for the meeting this morning. Your punishment, you got to run 16 110-yard sprints. What?
Woo!
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that was the punishment, right? And again, Mississippi, we talked to it, it's hot, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
and I never had a problem making my times. I could run. That was no problem.
Yeah.
But I don't like what lineman that like to run out to practice after you just
Zero.
condition and run again,
Zero.
right? Exactly.
Zero.
So then they told me, who was it? If you're ever late again, we're kicking you off the team. Well, guess what? We had a meeting the very next day. Guess what time? 5 a.m. And my roommates at the time, I was on the honors floor at Ole Miss, and so my roommates, I asked them, I'm like, man, if y'all hear the clock, please wake me up. Like, I got to get up.
Right. Yeah.
I even went to Walmart and bought one of those old fashioned clock with the hammer at the top that, go
Oh
back and
wow.
forth.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I had about 3 clocks set, Tony. Three clocks set.
Yeah.
Guess what? I was late. And
Oh
again,
man.
young Belton, ain't no way they gonna know. I was just naive, I guess, right? Like, ain't no way. Yeah, I was punished. Ain't no way they gonna, not a second time. So again, get to practice. Or no, this time I get to the locker room. I go up to, put
Yeah.
my gear on. My nameplate is gone.
Oh.
My pads are gone. All my equipment is gone, Tony. And I'm like, oh wow. Like, because I remember what
Yeah.
they said yesterday. If you're ever late again, you're off the team. So I go downstairs to the equipment manager, uh, Ken and Possum. Ken's still at Ole Miss to this day.
Okay.
Shout out
Yeah.
Ken.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ken, baby. And so go down there to them, and I'm like, hey, where's my gear, man? And they said, Belton, you were late. They told us to clean your locker out. You're done. And
Oh
it was
wow.
this, and I hate using the word hate, but I hated Coach Hawley. to the T. Like he was an old man, just nothing good about him. I'm gonna tell you, because I'm gonna
Okay.
jump. Because I remember when Coach Tubb went to Auburn, we beat Auburn, and I was looking for Coach Harley because I wanted to run one of them DNs right into him and break his leg. But that's another story. But you know what I mean. So what happened was, so I go down there, trying to get my equipment. Well, Belton, they cut, you're off the team, and Coach Harley comes down yelling and screaming, "Get out of here! You're off the team. You're not. You don't belong here. Get out of here!" Like,
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm being mild, right? Like, what
Right. I know
Harley
our coaches.
really
Yeah.
came out of his mouth, right?
Yeah.
And so I walk out of the Starring Center. I think it's still the Starring Center now at Ole Miss there, and and I'm walking down All American Drive right there in front of the stadium,
Right.
down what would be like what a frat houses, walking along there and everything, and you talk about tears like flowing like a waterfall out my eyes, man, and because that was my passion, right? Like that's you know you
No, I
play
understand.
ball,
Yeah.
you want to go to that next level, right? So, and I felt like, oh wow, they just cut my dream off, right? Like,
Yeah.
and so I'm tears coming out the eyes, and all these nice looking young girls are walking down the street looking at this big ugly guy walking, crying, and I said I got to call my mom, right? And I called mom, and this is a true story, Tony. Call mom. I'm like, like mom, and she heard in my voice, right? She know I'm crying and weeping, and she's like, "What happened, baby?" I said, "Mom, I said they kicked me off the team." She said, "What? You only been there for 2 days?"
That's her. Yeah. That's
And I'm like, "Yeah, mom." I said I was late for me, and she didn't know, right? Like she didn't know I was late the first day, or And I said, "Mom, I was late the first day and late today." And I'm still walking down All American Drive there, and mom said, what did she say? She said, give me your coach's number, which was Coach Knox. He's the one that
okay.
recruited me at, to come to
Uh,
Ole Miss and everything. I think he was a wide receivers coach, if you
right.
remember.
Yeah.
And so I gave her Coach Knox's phone number, and she said, I'm gonna call you back in a few minutes, okay? And I said, all right, mom. Just kept walking, crying. About 5 minutes later, my cell phone rang, and mom's like, "You back on the team?" I said, "What? I'm back on the team." I said, "What you say?" I told them, "You'll never in your life be late for anything ever again." And from that, again, growing from a boy to a man, that point in time, I never had an issue ever waking up. I could think about waking up this like I get up at 4 o'clock every morning to this day, Tony. And it's that
Yeah.
point in time, right? That's the time right there. Belton kind of grew up a bit, right? Like,
Yeah.
and how can I say it? And you know, college football is serious business. You know that.
Right. Yeah.
We're
No
talking
doubt.
SEC, right? Like,
Right. Yeah.
and
California.
mom, and she tells that story too. We giggle about it now and everything, and but it was that point in time again, perseverance, hard work, that's where everything kind of came together, man. And after that, like, me, I was my wait time lifting
Hmm.
always was that early morning group. Every year at Ole Miss. Matter of fact, even when Marcus had started coming up, before Marcus came up, we went to every summer. We stayed at Ole Miss. We did not come home. We worked out. We took classes,
Hmm.
the whole nine, right? Like the whole 4 years, And
Yeah.
again, it was that was. And I told you what, when I first got to Ole Miss, I was barely benching 135. And by the time I left Ole Miss, I was benching well over 500 pounds and everything. But again,
Dog.
perseverance and hard work, right? Like just don't give up, man. Like that's what I feel like a lot. And I'm sorry to jump off script, but I just
No,
feel
you
like
good. You good.
I
Yeah.
just feel like a lot of the young people, they, you know, maybe they take things for granted, or millennials are like, man, like it's okay to get a spanking and learn from it, right? Like
Yeah.
it is, man,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it'll stick with you. I'm gonna tell you,
Right.
it'll
Right.
stick. It
Yeah.
will stick.
Absolutely. And to hear this conversation, man, as I said earlier, man, this is the Belton I know, right? This is the Belton I know that, you're gonna get that, you're gonna get that 2 cents, whether you want to hear it or not. You're gonna get that
Yeah.
2 cents, and those words are encouragement. And brother, um, I want to say, man, for what it's worth, man, you set a path for all of us, for definitely that class of 2000, definitely
Oh
with
yeah.
Marcus, for
Oh
all of us. It was something that you exposed us to, man, that we didn't have the opportunity to, man. I can remember going to an Ole Miss game and watching the guy's name just left, John Avery.
yeah. Oh yeah. Remember how we used to go to them games, get their
Right.
gloves, go in the locker room, man.
Yeah.
And who would have known, right? Like who would have known, like, you know, something like two-time John, like those would have been teammates and everything. And because I knew you knew some of them, the JUCO guys too, and everything.
Right.
And
Right.
like who would have known that, man? Like from Coffeyville, Mississippi. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like that's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah, yeah. So my wife said, Nikki said, really enjoyed this interview, Belton, a lot of wisdom, right?
Thank you very
So
much. Yes,
so
ma'am.
you got her on here, brother. So you all right with me, brother? uh, so
I
as
know
we
it's almost your bedtime, Tony.
yeah, no, hey, brother, it's getting to that point now. Listen, you talking about you wake up at 4, man. I wake up at 5. Like it's
It's,
like a ritual. Like
hey,
5,
I know.
hey,
Hey,
5
hey,
o'clock I'm up.
listen, early bird get the worm, right?
Yeah,
And I know you're down early. I think I usually go down around about 8:30 or 9 o'clock every night. Like, if I'm up past 10, it's usually Friday nights or Saturday night. During the weekday, Belton is 8:30, 9 o'clock. I am in bed, probably before the kids sometimes.
these are facts, brother. These are facts. I know. So
Hey, Tony, I'm just gonna walk in my bonus room here because I want to plug the laptop in. You can
okay,
keep talking though. I'm just
okay,
letting you
yeah,
know I'm
yeah.
walking. If it
Okay,
get
all
dark
good.
here.
As we wrap this up, what are you spoke about perseverance, hard work. What are some words you want to leave with the viewers as we wrap this up, man? It's been great. It's been awesome, man. A lot of great information.
A couple words that I would like to leave is those are probably my words that I kind of live by, right? Is just faith. Faith would always be number one, right? Like just
Yeah,
having
yeah,
faith. And how we grew up, right? We're
yeah,
church
yeah.
going people. And
Right, yeah,
even when how is it? I'm not at home in Mississippi. I'm all the way up here in Canada, some 2,000 miles away. But you know what? Where there's a few, we could
yeah,
gather, right, in His name. So, and
yeah,
and again, I found a church home here and everything. Found my wife. So faith is always number one. Um, again, my 3 words, what persevere, right?
yeah.
I told you the story about me get kicked out of, or not getting kicked out, but got kicked off the team there at Ole Miss. And the other one is just hard work, right? Like I don't think people know how to work hard no more, man. Like you, me, like just how it was, man. Like you've been through
Yeah.
the trenches, you know what it is, Tony.
Right,
Like,
yeah. No
and
joke.
I don't know, maybe I just feel like sometimes society just soft. Like I'm sorry, like and you got to work
Yeah,
hard if you want
yeah,
something. Nothing, and I tell my kids all the time too. Even Tyler, like, who I'm so proud of him because he tried. it's almost to a fault sometimes with my oldest, because he works hard. Ain't no ifs and buts about it. He
Yeah.
tries to figure out things before he even asks for a dime, like which sometimes me and Marcus and Marlon, we're like, now you can ask for something, like you don't just have to struggle, like, but daddy, like I like Tyler, what do you need? Like, I need to help you here, like, but he'll try to figure it out first, which I'm proud of him for doing that, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then he'll if he needs something, daddy got his back, uncle got his back, grandma got his back, right? So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
and so persevere, and again, hard work. Those just work hard, man. If you want something, you got to work at it. Cause ain't that's like what I tell my kids. Nothing in life is free. Everybody think Belton gets everything for free. I'm like, no, like a price is paid. Like
Right. Yeah.
whether
Absolutely.
you know what I mean. Whether
Yeah.
I have to, do some type of interview or whatever, right? Like it's a price paid. Nothing in life is ever free. I don't care what nobody say. It is a
The
price
price to be paid. Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Miss Clyde is on here. Said I have enjoyed it as well. Miss Clyde Nicholson. Uh, Miss Marcy, this has been amazing.
Look at
So
you,
yeah,
Tony. You that star. You gonna take me to dinner when I come home?
hey brother, I got you. There. I'm not a star. I'm just a guy from the country of Coffeeville. Doc. That's who I am, brother. Hey, um, yeah, man, brother, you've dropped a lot of information, man, a lot of wisdom, a lot of what I call life gems to the viewers on tonight. It's amazing to have you on tonight, man, and to reminisce on those moments and to recall some of those times, man, that I knew that inspired me uh,
Yeah.
as a person, man, and it's inspiring me now because it's like, man, this Belton, Doc. You don't play with Belton, Doc. You don't play with Belton, right? You don't play
No, we
again.
don't. Hey, we don't, man. We don't. You ought to
It,
hear me. You ought to hear me at my flag football when I'm yelling at the kids and stuff. And it's not yelling to berate them, right? It's yelling to get that attention. Like, let's focus, right? Like, and I think that's why a lot of the parents like that I coach their kids and everything, because I'm gonna give you the real deal. I ain't giving you
you're right. You're right,
that
right.
that fake stuff. Well, I'm gonna give you the real drills that we do, and you're gonna get that life experience from it.
I got a couple of things, man. A couple of shout outs. I got Nick, man, Nick McClure, man.
Oh,
He
Nick,
said,
what's up,
"What's
man?
up?" Miss Towns, Miss Erling Towns said, "Great interview."
How's it going, Miss
Sign.
Towns?
Hello, hello. When you said that, man, I was going to wrap this up, man, but I remember you coming to our practice, right? Coach Jackson, the head coach, and he let you get the O line.
Yeah, I
And
remember that.
man, the O line was like, man, where did this dude come from? They was like, it didn't make any sense. This dude is killing us. I was like,
Oh
I was like,
man,
y'all don't even know, man. Y'all don't
I
even know.
I don't like fake, right? Like
It
give
is true.
me, and I always, even my coworkers and just anything, right? Like don't sugarcoat it. Like I'm too. I don't like that sugarcoat. Like just give me the real thing. Like I
Yeah.
don't care how good, bad, just give it to me, right? Like I don't fluff it up at all.
Absolutely, that's true. I don't know if I need to bring this one up, man. I'm gonna put it on here, man. Now this is from
Yeah.
Tina. This is from Tina. Tina said that purple car in college was known as the Johnson brothers. So I don't know if I need to bring that up or not.
Hey, that car was pimp, baby. I miss that car,
So
man.
yeah.
Mm.
So again, brother. Hey, she cracking up on you,
Oh,
brother. She
hey,
cracking
I'm
up.
cracking up too. She brought back some good memories. Let's put it like that. Go
Right.
ahead.
Awesome. Well, brother, uh, I sure hate to end this, man, because I'm definitely enjoying catching back up with you. Um, the platform was started to find people like yourself to share stories that inspire others to live a transformed life. And I want to say tonight that definitely happened. So definitely inspired me, reminded me, hey, I'm talking to Belton Johnson. Definitely shout out to Miss Glenda, Big G, Marcus, because I know that y'all are tight knit, and we're just thankful for what has happened in your life and what you've done to inspire others. Any final words before we conclude this session?
Oh man, final words. You know, keep doing you, Tony, man. You know what I mean? I think this great what you got going on. I think I told you that the other day when we spoke on here as a, and so keep that going, man. Don't give up. You got a vision, use it, right? And
Yeah.
you know how you reach people nowadays, social media, right? So, and what else? I'm just waiting for Coffeeville, Mississippi to get a highway or something named after me and my brother. Johnson Brother Avenue or Johnson Brother Highway sound good to me, but I'll keep my mouth shut. I'll let you get that out for me, Tony.
All right, so thank you, sir. Definitely those that are viewing, and what I need y'all to do, these two gentlemen need their jersey retired. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Y'all can say what you want about me, leave them alone. But those that are viewing, these brothers need their jersey retired. They need to come back. We need to get that jersey retired. All right, y'all need to share that. If you're gonna tell something, tell that. Tell that, right?
That's good, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. And definitely it is due, man, because you all listen, man, in a small town like Coffeeville, we had two individuals to go off to play in the NFL, man. That is remarkable. I've coached in two states, Mississippi and North Carolina, man. It's not an easy thing, man. And in fact, I was going to put up a statistic, man, to get from high school to college is, man, where's the statistic at, man? I'm going to bring it up. I may not be able to bring it up on the.
Well, you got well over 1 million kids in high school across America, right? And then you narrow that on down to college, and I think is by the time you hit the pro level is like 2-3% or something like that, right? So
right, yeah, it's actually the statistic I had. It was 1.4%, 1.4,
wow.
1.4% that make it to the NFL.
Wow, yeah, that's something, man. And you know what? That's something. I don't know. I know it's times me and Marcus talk is like, man, how do we do it? Because again, you talk about persevering, hard work, right? Because just the summers and just everything, right? The lifting, the running, the blood, the sweat, the tears, and just you look
Right.
back and like, man, how? But it was up here, right? You got to be strong, right?
Yeah,
You have to be.
absolutely. Miss Marcy, Miss Marcy, I don't remember this one. Now I'm gonna put this one on here now. I don't remember this one now. Miss Marcy said, "Tony, I remember you getting hurt and being put in the ambulance, getting oxygen, and got right back on the field." Miss Marcy, I don't remember that one. Now. I don't remember that one.
Hey, go with it, Tony. Go with it. Go with it.
I'll roll with you, Miss Marcy. I try. That might have been one of them concussion times now. I don't remember it. She said this pirate mom will work on it. So awesome. The things
we are.
Yeah. So Miss Marcy, thank you very much, brother. Hey, look, I'm gonna strike up another conversation, man. Listen, man. Thank you so much. Greetings to Miss Robin, to your children. Shout out to Tyler, man. Tyler, man. I saw Tyler, man. Like, Tyler don't make no sense, brother. You don't supposed to be taller than me like that, but that's how it is.
He's a grown man.
He's a grown man. Yeah. So, thank you so much for coming on. Again, everybody, this is going to be. This is on YouTube right now, so you'll be able to go back to YouTube. Transforming Lives 2020 is the handle on YouTube. Also, this recording on Thursday, I will upload this to Transforming Lives podcast. It is on all major podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, so that you'll be able to listen to this wonderful conversation that I had with this gentleman. Belton, man, I appreciate you, brother. I got to go to school tomorrow, man. I got to do some teaching tomorrow, so I'm going to get in this bed because I got to get up at 5 tomorrow. So.
Hey, listen, it's 8:31 my time too, so I got to go put my 2-year-old down here, and I'm gonna hit the set. And I just want to say I love you, Cuzzo, and thank you for the opportunity.
All right, love you too, brother, man. It's wonderful. I appreciate you coming on. All right, this ends tonight. What I usually end everybody with, a couple of questions. You've heard a lot from Belton Johnson. And my question to you all is, what's your next move? When we talk about transformation, it's looking at development over time. Thank you. See you all next week as I bring on my next guest. Peace. This ends.